So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. To throw is Locke. Throwing left side here, and it's complete. That one a pickup of 15 for Jacksonville.
First and 10 at the 33-yard line.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33.
I'm coming after you. I'm coming after you.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. A 14-yard first down pickup for the Jaguars.
At this stage of the game, the run-pass numbers are a little bit out of whack because most of their yardage has come through the air. But in a sense, that just sets things up for big runs like that because the defense might be a little bit off balance. They pick up another first down with that run.
Hey, orbit.
On first down, Locke. The open man is Westbrook. And he'll take it down shy of the 45 at the 46. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
Able to get 7 on that first down pass play. 2nd and 3. Luck now to throw. Gets this one to Hill. And the stop here will come at the 38-yard line. That one a first down pickup of 8. He's fresh off that 3-touchdown performance last week that got him AFC. So you know that he was already on their radar. Now he's maybe even a bigger plane on their radar.
Bigger plane. I mean, he is the big dot on that screen that they're looking at and saying, how in the heck do we stop him? They're going to try a bunch of different things, different people covering him. But right now, he's locked in and is in sync with his quarterback.
On first down, Ivy. And he stopped immediately there. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down. Nice job there defensively to clamp down because really they've been on their heels this drive.
Agreed, and they really needed that one for confidence, just to feel a little bit better. But I don't know if I would be daunted by them stopping me on one run. This drive has gone pretty well. I could come right back at them.
Throwing on 2nd down, Luck. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down.
You get a tight end like this, and you know he's used to dishing out punishment, but here, he's one that has to absorb the contact, and as a result, unable to hold on to the football.
Here comes the 7th play now of this drive, as this is 3rd and 10. Throwing is Locke. He'll rifle this one deep right side. And that'll wind up incomplete. Bold play call there. Now it's 4th down.
A lot of contact there, but there was no way it appeared that he was going to get a flag on that one. Looking for it, but he wasn't going to get it. And as an ex-defensive back, you love it when they let you play and jostle downfield.
These kickers now, it's like we take them for granted. Kicks like that used to be such a big deal, and now you just expect them to make it.
Yeah, you're exactly right, and we shouldn't take them for granted, but I have a theory about it. You want to hear it?
Yeah.
They are more athletic now than ever before. Talk about kickers. Trace their backgrounds, trace their histories. You'll find that they were big-time athletes all along, but their kicking was so prevalent that we made them specialists.
Well, and now those 50-plus yarders seem easy for some reason. They start on the ground with McCaffrey, and he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there. We haven't seen much from him running the football here in this first quarter.
No, you're right about that. We haven't seen much of him at all so far. They've stacked him up pretty well, but when you're trying to run the football, sometimes you got to play the long game. Keep handing it to him, and some of those runs that aren't working now, they turn into 6, 7, 8, and maybe more later on.
Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28.
Mike, check, 59. Pick me up. Here we go.
Back to throw, Newton. He's going to look deep down into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off near the 44. And they will set up shop at their own 46-yard line.
But to me, it's pretty simple, and it's fairly obvious, isn't it? He's got to start making better decisions with the ball.
That's now 2 interceptions in the first quarter. After interception number 1, there was a long talk on the sideline, and now he's made another mistake.
Yeah, he's just been kind of laying these passes out there. He's kind of been floating them a little bit. He's got to be more decisive in his reads and definitely more decisive in throwing the ball. Rifle it in there every now and then.
It'll wind up being a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd and 12.
At the 44-yard line.
Check out. 675. 11Z. Formation, pull formation. Come on, boys, come on. Watch 82. Watch 82.
A shotgun snap for Love. Flush to his right. Oh, he'll want that one back. Incomplete. He doesn't drop too many in that department. 3rd down. Football, but he dropped it, and that reminds me of a story you told me from your days at Tennessee. We don't need to mention the other guy's name, but when he dropped an open pass that you blew coverage on, what'd you say to him?
Yeah, it's really not right since I blew coverage, but since he dropped the pass, I said, well, maybe next time he'll just walk it out here and hand it to you. Would that be easier? He wasn't real thrilled with that.
That's cold-blooded. Cold-blooded. Open man is Westbrook, complete. 16 yards that time on the pickup for the Jags and a 1st down. 10-0 the score after 1 on EA Sports. They'll run on 1st down. Ivy. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Well, we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
On 2nd and 9, Luck. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
Yeah, we talk about players blitzing all the time. I often laugh and sometimes call it just straight-ahead pursuit. What a running start right back to the backfield for him.
Yeah, it really didn't give anybody a chance to get up there and stop him.
No, I mean, that's really, really difficult. You're asking a whole lot anyway, but when he gets that kind of a start and comes through clean, oftentimes the advantage definitely goes to the defensive player.
Don't get nervous.
From the 50, it's Love. A 50-50 ball here, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 20. He had a little bit of the turnover bug last week, 3 interceptions. Not an absolute disaster, but another one here. Do you start to get a little worried?
You worry about your team as a whole because you have to find a way to make those interceptions quote-unquote go away, and that means your defense. They've got to go out there on sudden change and at least hold people to field goals. And if that keeps happening, they lose confidence in the quarterback, and then no one plays well.
After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20. Throwing again. Newton. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long way out there, but it'll be 3rd down. I know he wants to get his team back in the game, but a 50-50 ball right there that maybe was a little questionable.
Yeah, he's pretty lucky to get that one back. I think that sometimes these quarterbacks play with a lot of confidence that borders on arrogance, and that can put your team in some dutch.
Yeah, especially maybe want to look at some safer routes after the interception he had that ended their last drive.
56. Mike, 56. 56. Watch one. Here it goes.
Throwing on 3rd down, Newton. And look at this. Cam Newton intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off near the 32. And they will take over at the 29-yard line. Well, that's 3 picks he's now thrown in this game.
And I know this, the holiday season, because here we are in December.
Giving.
Right, it is the season of giving. Maybe for his own sake after the game, he may have to announce.
And he takes it in. Touchdown, Jacksonville. A great play there. His 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Jaguars are able to widen their lead. Extra point tacked on by Lambeau. And that makes our score 17-0. Lambeau now after the touchdown. He'll kick this one away. This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll take this across the 25, a couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line.
Let's go. 27-yard line.
The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. And we don't want to call this desperation time, especially in the second quarter, but you're down.
You don't want to.
No, but let me finish.
Okay, my bad.
You're down 3 scores already. You've done nothing offensively, nothing on the scoreboard. That's not a good combination.
I think you just called it desperation time. I think you did. But let's face it, you mentioned this to me in a break earlier in the game. The energy level hasn't been there right from the start. We've noticed that. They've got to find a way to get on their toes and start punching instead of retreating, to use a boxing analogy.
That first down completion only netted him 3. 2nd and 7. Out of the pistol, McCaffrey. And he'll lose yardage here, going down back at the 28. The tally there, -2 yards, brings up 3rd down. Another example right there how this defense really is winning the entire game at the point of attack.
Yeah, right there at the line of scrimmage, because they are dominating it. It allows their interior guys to get upfield and spill into the backfield. So how are you going to combat that? You know, people say bring in your tight end, keep him in. Your running backs, they have to step forward. Bottom line, your offensive line has to block them first to give yourself a chance.
Now throwing on 3rd down there, but he cannot connect.
And what did we talk with them about prior to the game? Their ability to move the chains, pick up first downs. So far, 0 for 3 on 3rd down. If that continues, they'll have little chance of winning this one.
This is fielded at the 7. Officially, that'll be a 63-yard punt. Well done. And it'll be Jaguar football as they take over deep in their own territory. The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive, and they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's all...
And nothing but daylight ahead. Touchdown, Jaguars. A big play there. 85 yards. And the Jaguars are able to widen their lead.
Partner, you know what the real key is to stopping a good passing attack?
You tell me.
Being able to tackle as soon as a guy catches a football.
Didn't work out there.
No, because when you give up the big run after catch, the rack yardage, that puts your defense in a big-time stressful position.
A lot of rack yardage and a touchdown there on the big play. And Lambeau now, after the touchdown, he'll kick this one away. This will be taken in at the 1. Their drive right at the 20-yard line.
First and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. Typically down to the first half, I might say, oh, you at least need a field goal out of this drive, but they're down to the point that his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off around the 27, and they will take over at the 26-yard line. We haven't even escaped the first half, and he's already thrown 4 picks.
And Brandon, back in the good old days, probably back before you were born, if your starter threw 4 in the first half, he might throw 8 or more for the game because they weren't going to pull him out. But nowadays, the patience level isn't quite there.
Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. It's Shaq Thompson here with a pick. And he'll be stopped shy of the 15 at the 14-yard line on the return. That's sort of a second quarter to forget for him to have 2 picks in this frame.
Almost as if the first one that he threw, he couldn't shake, couldn't get it out of his head. He ends up throwing a second one as a result.
Compounds the mistake a little bit.
Yeah, you got to be able to forget, compartmentalize, whatever you want to call it, and move on. He hasn't been able to do so here in the second.
Yeah, boy, this defense again really making things tough on him as they stop him for no gain. You don't see that a ton, do you? With a cornerback coming over to the middle of the field to make a run tackle.
That's someone with a ton of confidence to feel like nothing is pressuring him on his side of the field. Sees that the ball's moved to the middle and just sprints over there to help out. He ends up getting the tackle. Well played. That didn't appear to be a run blitz. He just darted in once he saw the run develop. That appeared to be a case of see ball, get ball.
They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. Newton now to throw. And they're going to be set up in the red zone at the 15. He couldn't get the hook up there that time with Thomas. That interception sets them up beautifully already in the red zone.
And you can hear it all the way up here. Oski, everyone turned to block, find a spot, and now they're set up inside the red zone for their offense.
We got to get the ball, D. Get the ball right here. Let's go.
After the interception, it's Love. It's Hill, complete. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
It's a 10-yard gain there, and it sets him up now first and goal. A chance to really cap off a big first half here as they come up on first and goal. And he will get this into the end zone for a Jaguar touchdown. That's 3 touchdown passes now for Andrew Luck as his guys continue to put this one out of reach. Point after by Lambeau, up and good. And the route is on here in this first half. And Lambeau now, after the touchdown, he'll kick this one away. This one fielded at the 5. And he'll take this across the 25, a couple extra yards, up to the 27-yard line. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. And in a spot like this, still more than a minute, I think if you put something on the board before halftime, that would go a long way towards helping them get back into the game.
There actually is something to the psychology of the game at times, isn't there? How much better would they feel running into the locker room, as you noted, with something on the board in a positive fashion? You're exactly right. It's a great opportunity to get that done.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10.
It's going to be a long day. It's going to be a long day. Watch the ship. Watch the ship. Hey, watch the ship. Watch the ship. 8.
And now before this first down play, we're going to get a timeout here, as he'll get a chance to talk it over after picking up the first down.
That's it. 388.
I smell fear in that offense. I smell fear in that offense.
On 1st and 10, Newton. And the Jags get to him as down he goes. Fletcher Cox, what a season he continues to have. His 15th sack of the campaign. Work to be done here on 2nd and 16 after the sack. They don't want to repeat a first down. They'll keep it on the ground. And he'll just keep 2 hands on the football as he'll be taken down after a short pickup. They'll get 4 back there on the run, but now they're looking up at a 3rd and 12 situation. And unless this is a quick incompletion, this is likely the last play here of this first half. 3rd down, here's McCaffrey. And he's going to be stopped here at the 43, and that is not near enough to pick up the first. So we've reached halftime here in what is quickly turning into quite a rout. As we send you a couple hours south of here to Orlando, that's where we check in with a coach and our EA Sports Halftime Report. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. They come out here with a 0 on the scoreboard. What was said in that locker room? That's what I want to know.
I would love to have been in there because we often have the feeling that there's a lot of shouting, screaming, people upset. But typically, halftime locker rooms are a lot more clinical than that. And in this case, are they upset that the plays weren't working because of execution? Or did they think they were just bad plays to call? Yeah. We'll find out pretty quickly here if they felt like they had something going, but they just needed to do it.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Fletcher Cox, he continues to wreak havoc in the offensive backfield. Sack number 16 on the year. So now Cam leads the Panthers up following the sack. Carolina facing 3rd and long. This is McCaffrey. And he'll take this up only to about his 18-yard line. It's a gain of just 3, and the offense likely going to yield to the punting unit here on 4th down. Here's Michael Pilardi now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. And he gets this away, angled for the sideline with a lock behind it. Wow. And no return here. Where will they spot it? They say just outside the 20-yard line.
At their own 22-yard line.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. They were able to get the ball back here, didn't surrender any points. Now they'll look to add to that lead.
And how about the boost the defense gave them? Going right out on the field, shutting them down, not giving up any points, and turning the ball back over. They wanted... do their part now and show them a little respect and some gratitude by scoring some points.
And to get a little more cushion. So after the incompletion, 2nd and 10 from the 22.
Hey, seam 6. Down.
And here comes throw number 1 for the backup QB. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. No gain that time on the completion, and it'll be 3rd down.
Pass complete, but no gain.
No yards.
Yeah.
So you file that as unsuccessful.
Yeah, you do, don't you? Except on the stats, throwing the ball.
Get a completion.
You get a catch.
Yeah.
But still,
no yardage.
Okay.
Topper!
Looking to throw. It got his man. Complete. That's a 1st down with a cherry on top, 31 yards.
Just more of the same there, partner. Guys have just been running free in the secondary this entire game. No pass rush, a lot of passes completed. Been an easy day for him.
He'll look to throw. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on 1st down, but he couldn't reel it in. But one thing's for sure, they're still taking their shots downfield, even with a big lead.
I think it's way too early to go into a shell, so I like what they're doing. Continue to take your shots. Continue to be aggressive. It's not their job to slow themselves down.
Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. They're going deep for Hill. Oh, this is intercepted, intended for Hill. Picked off inside the 5. And the return goes up to his own 17-yard line. So the first interception of his career under center, and you knew it was going to happen sooner or later.
It has to. And I know it feels like the world is just tumbling down at this moment, but there's got to be some veteran somewhere, some mentor that's going to tell him, hang in there, my man. Plenty more to come. Keep firing.
And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. Another example of just a dominant performance by this defense.
Yeah, you hear all the time about teams that try to steal signals from the other side and try and learn their side.
And now here is another interception. Picked off at the 28. And they're going to be set up in the red zone right around the 17-yard line. What a nightmarish game he's having now. 6 interceptions that he has thrown.
Absolutely unbelievable, isn't it? Hard to believe we're watching this and have seen it, but it just tells you about the game of football. They give it and it taketh away.
Yeah, the guys, though, that have thrown 6 interceptions in a game, the likes of Peyton Manning, Brett Favre, I think Joe Namath, he did it 3 times.
1 yard gain.
Well, if the coaching staff's doing a good job upstairs, they'll file away what they just saw from the defense right there. They sold out to stop that running play. I'd say keep that in mind. They want to try that again. Go play action, hit them over the top.
Only gets 3 yards there on the heels of the 1-yard pickup. Sets up 3rd and 6.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain considering the blitz that they just had against them.
Here we go. 30 base. Hey, Echo.
Hey, that QB's trash. Let's go.
54's Mike. 54's Mike. Check. Watch 54. Watch 54.
Get it. Back to throw. Oh, this is intercepted, intended for Hill. Read it well, and it's picked. And they get the football, but not much on the return here as he stopped at the 7-yard line.
So that's back-to-back drives where they've thrown an interception. Ordinarily, we look at the offense and say, what's going on with your scheme? Maybe we should look at the defense and just give them a whole lot of credit. They've got them frustrated right now.
The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. They've got to dig down deep. I mean, they need something right now, really anything to cling on to. This offense has struggled.
Partner, join me in a walk to their locker room at the half, okay? Because I think what we would have seen is an offensive coordinator and his assistant coaches getting together with all their positions, then coming together as a group, going over adjustments, and then the head coach coming in and just screaming, wake up. Yeah. Let's get moving, guys.
I'm kind of glad we weren't in there at the time, actually.
I mean, you think you might have turned it on us, too?
Yeah, but right now, whatever was said hasn't been working. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a 1st down. So a little breathing room now. 1st and 10 at the 17. They'll try a little trickery here on the end around. And that one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line. Now that sends them 2 yards in the wrong direction and leads to 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 12. Let's get it. At the 15-yard line.
On 2nd down, McCaffrey. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. Chalk that up as a 4-yard loss. And now it's 3rd down. So 2 plays with only negative yardage to show, and now it's 3rd and 16. Draw play as Newton gives to McCaffrey. And they work this well upfield across the 45. A big play on the ground there. It goes for 36 yards.
That's how you get right up off of the mat, because on the last play, they stoned him in the backfield and dropped him for a loss. But he's the type of guy that scared me a little bit because he's not daunted. Just got right back up, showed some confidence, and picked up a 1st down with his very next run.
On 1st down, this is McCaffrey. And he works his way forward for about 4 up to the midfield stripe.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on 2nd down.
Now a toss. This is McCaffrey. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. 22 yards there, a 1st down.
Boy, he does it at a high level, doesn't he? Because when I watch him, I think of his vision. Straight ahead, peripheral. Also has that sense of where holes are going to be before they actually open. I think that helps set him apart from many of the other backs in the league.
A nice burst there as they'll get about 7 that time on the 1st down run. A solid run on 1st down. Gain of 7 leaves them with a 2nd and 3.
Brings up 2nd and 3.
Tighten up.
At the 21-yard line.
On the ground, McCaffrey. And he'll get it down this time to the 17. 4 yards the pickup, 1st down.
This has been a good drive so far, and it's been the running game for the most part that's powered them down there. Another nice burst there, picking up a 1st down. Now it's 1st and 10, as you said, in the red zone.
Back to the ground on first. It's McCaffrey. And he'll be stopped after a gain of only a couple down to the 15-yard line.
He's had success on this drive, but not on this play.
Finally, they bowed up defensively. I think they were determined not to let him take it pretty much all the way down the field.
Yeah, it looks like they handled their run responsibilities correctly this time. What we call run fits, everyone was in the right place.
And he's got his man. It's Samuel. Touchdown, Carolina. Curtis Samuel hitting double digits with his 10th touchdown of the season. And the Panthers are able to cut into this lead. Extra point safely through, and that will get them one closer. So still lots of work left to do, but here comes the onside kick. And the Jaguars are going to cover this one up. Now they're down big here in the fourth. They had to try the onside kick. Can't fault them for the effort at least.
No, you can't at all. And if nothing else, now you've put something that you're trying to practice, right, that you've worked on into a game situation, and now you can go back and dissect it. So if you need it again sometime, maybe you'll find a better way to do it. But
the Panther rush too strong. They get there and take him down. Brian Burns in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year. Now they're in some hot water now. After that sack, it's 2nd and 21. They'll look to throw. Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more.
And it has been a good game for them. They haven't been pressured very much today, but on back-to-back sacks, maybe the defense is starting to figure something out.
Now on 3rd and forever, he'll look to throw. Flushed out right. On the run, he'll let it go deep. And I think that one might have been intercepted, but he will be ruled out of bounds. So this will go only as incomplete. Despite the lead here in the fourth, they're still taking shots.
Not content to sit on this lead at all. And to me, it raises the question of what's right in this game nowadays. Do you sit on the ball and run it because you have enough of a lead? Or do you try and extend it because you always feel like the other team can come back?
Extend it. Have some fun. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. Last time they were out here, they had the benefit of good field position, led to a touchdown. This time, they're going to have to work for it.
They are, but with that last drive that culminated in a touchdown, I think they carry that confidence into this one. It doesn't matter where you start with the football now. They have to feel great about their opportunity.
A gain of 3, 2nd down.
20.
On 2nd and 7, Newton. That's incomplete. Nearly another pick. My goodness. Just nothing there again. He's been sacked multiple times. We've seen the interceptions, of course. He's really been through the ringer, hasn't he?
And what we've seen is a defense that's well coordinated. The front and the back really in sync. The front putting on the pressure. The backside being ball hawks and picking passes off.
It's an 8-yard pickup and leads to a new set of downs. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Panther football as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Here's McCaffrey. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. On that last run, he's now hit the 6,000-yard mark for rushing yards in his career.
And moves him squarely into the top 100 rushers.
And a big loss here as he's taken down.
We've been around this league for a while, and many coaches never pull their starting quarterback, almost no matter the situation. In this case, though, I think he's got to make a decision. He's taking a pretty good beating out there.
Yeah, with the deficit, maybe not wanting to risk an injury. 3 yards won't be enough here as that'll bring up 4th down.
Not too many offenses want to turn down long drives, but when you're down what they are, they've got to pay it off with some points.
Here's Michael Pilardi now as he's on to punt for Carolina. So a change of possession here on the punt. And the Jaguars go on offense, 1st down and 10. The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive. And a few kneel downs should just about do it. Now, defensively, they do have all 3 timeouts, but very little reason to use them at this point. And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4.
That's it. That's what you want. Straight ahead positive gain. Just keep that clock ticking.
2nd and 6, just inside the 30. They'll keep it on the ground. Ivy.
In order to play really good run defense when you're playing a 3-4, those 3 guys up front, the nose tackle and the guys they call the defensive ends, they're usually big people because they're going to have to eat up a lot of blockers because it's usually 5 on 3. And when they do their job well, guys who play on the inside, those inside linebackers, they're able to just roam and hit.
Now one final throw.